It's an all-new Nerdflix and Chill brought to you by the Nerdz II Men. I am Brad Reed.
I'm your boy Cameo.
And we want you to snuggle up tight with us under the quilt that we've made of all of our old Star Wars shirts from back in the day. We got popcorn, probably getting in the seats of the couch.
Yep.
Got our dog coming up that's sniffing around trying to eat it out of the couch. Yeah, so
they clean our fingers once we're done eating the popcorn, not while we're eating the popcorn, because we don't want dog slobber.
Yeah. Have we set the scene now for our Nerdflix and Chill situation? All that we're missing is you, baby.
That's right. That's right.
All right. So this week we're talking about The Mandalorian from season 3. Episode 4, Chapter 20, The Foundling. Cameo, a few big things this week. This one was still a little less Din Djarin on this one, because he kind of goes off on a side mission right off the bat. And then it's really more about Bo-Katan, I feel like, and Grogu, but a little better than last week, though, where it was completely about neither of those characters or all three of them, right? Were you a little bit more into this episode?
Yeah, I really liked it. I thought there was a lot more action in it than the previous episode. I enjoyed, Bo-Katan's, I guess, ideology, kind of switching over to the what does she call it? The extreme? Did she call them the Mandalorians extremists, or
I don't remember.
Or I can't remember what she called them, but basically, I feel like she is feeling like she belongs to something now. Yes, especially with her seeing the mythosaur.
Right, I agree, but I kind of think, and this is based off of something that happened later in the episode, where it wasn't like that big a deal, but, she was like, how do I eat? And he's like, well, we all have to go find a spot and take our helmets off away from each other. All that seems so ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm like, come on now.
So, come on. But since she's the party leader, the war party leader, which we'll explain that in a second, but hopefully everybody's seen this episode already. If not, there's probably going to be some spoilers. Well, there will be some spoilers as we recap a little bit, but she gets to sit there and eat by herself. But I don't know. I just feel like when she took off her helmet, she was kind of like I don't, I kind of don't really want to do this all the time.
Right.
I think she's just got a little bit more of an independent / rebellious streak in her that she's enjoying this family feeling, but I feel like Bo-Katan, if you're going to get my predictions, she's going to end up not staying with the whole following the creed as a full-time gig. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too. And I think with Din Djarin, I feel like he might go in the same route
where he's forced to give it up somehow for some reason.
Yeah. And I think it's going to be because of Grogu
again.
Yeah. And not to go too far into the episode, but I will say I'm excited to see what happens with Grogu's character and getting his Mando armor.
Well, he got a little bit more of that armor this week.
Yes.
And so, because he's doing a little bit of training at Din Djarin's, encouragement so that he can become a Mandalorian. And I thought all that was fun. It was cool. It was cute. I enjoyed that part. There was a scene though. Well, let's go back to the very first. I just want to make one comment.
Okay.
They're like out on the doing their battles or whatever, their trainings. And he does the training with this kid, and this kid like kind of walks off by himself, and all of a sudden a dragon comes and takes him away, snatches him away, and like like and takes them far away, like far
Right.
away. So, and I guess they had tracked him before, but I'm not sure how they had tracked him before, because before they could even get to, like, there's a few holes here, I believe, because before they could even get to his lair, their personal jetpacks run out, and Bo-Katan's the only one that had a ship, right? They got a ship probably somewhere, though, probably, right?
I think so.
Okay, maybe that's what it was, because they took off with their jetpacks and they all ran out of fuel that were chasing them that way. So I was like, how did they chase them before then? How do they know where the lair is?
Right.
Also, their defense sucks. Like, okay, you've got like dragons that have already come and snatched foundlings before. They've said. So it's happened before. They got the alligator turtle that got, like, where is their defenses? Come on, this is like a hostile environment.
You're right.
I feel like they should have some guns or something. I don't know. Or
something.
Or like a rule where like you can't go too far from where everybody is. Because every time you do, you get snatched up.
Right.
So I don't know. That didn't quite make all the sense to me, but plus later on when they bring the baby dragons home, like there was no way those 3 dragons fit in Bo-Katan's ship. There was no way, and all the people that were in there too, like, come on now, that was stupid. But
yeah.
Okay, but here's what I think was the highlight of the episode, Cameo. Baby Grogu starts kind of thinking back to when he was a younger Jedi, and when Order 66 happened and they started killing all the Jedi, we find out who saved Baby Grogu, and it was the Jedi Caloran Beg. I don't know. I wrote, that's what my handwriting says, but more importantly, he was played by Ahmed Best. Do you know who that is, Cameo?
Yeah, Jar Jar Binks.
He did, and he voiced Jar Jar Binks, correct?
Correct.
So, he was pretty dope. I thought he did a great job. He comes and saves Grogu, gets him off the planet, and I think it's cool because I guess that there was some stuff going around on Twitter or something that he said, like, kind of after everybody saw the first movies and were making fun of Jar Jar Binks so much that he kind of felt a little depressed. We'll just leave it that. But, to the point where he thought about unaliving himself, I guess. And so I think it's cool now that it circles back to where now he gets to be like a Jedi.
Yeah.
And have all the fun. He's got a green and a blue lightsaber. Yeah. And of course, everybody was so happy, and online they were so happy to see him in this episode and in this role. What'd you think about seeing old Jar Jar?
I thought it was pretty cool. I feel like this series, along with the other Star Wars series on the live action ones, they're paying homage, and they are, giving fan service throughout all of this. And that's what I really, really enjoy about the Star Wars series, except for Andor.
Yeah.
So, it's cool that they're bringing people back from the old movies, or I will say the old movies. So yeah, it is pretty cool seeing these people return as, maybe the same character or different characters.
And as much as I didn't care for Jar Jar Binks, it wasn't Ahmed Best's fault.
No.
So if there were people that were giving him a super hard time, shame on them anyway.
Yeah.
Save that for George Lucas.
Right. It's like, you can't get mad at the messenger on this one. He was just a messenger.
Right. Because
the director said, hey, this is how, these aliens, or these species of aliens are this is how they are. This is how they speak. This is how they act. Think of, I don't know, some tribe somewhere. Try to do some research on them and, whatever the case may be. Just do this. Okay, cool.
I think, honestly, Jar Jar, he was for the kids.
Yeah.
And then there was all these adults like me who were like, I love all the original movies. So when I saw that movie, I thought that was for the kids anyway. Like, and that's what is really funny because my children grew up on those movies more than the original movies.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that The Mandalorian is at the end of the day going to set up how they cloned what's his name, the Emperor? And
I feel like it will.
Yeah, I do too. Although I think they should have been more. There should have been more explanation for that in the movie because it was just so passed over as to why the Emperor was back. You could assume that he was a clone because just the way things happened, but I think if they end up, because I've seen this online, if it ends up explaining Snoke and it ends up explaining other things, then I'm cool with that. I'll be happy with that because I love the like week to week adventures of the Mandalorian. So I don't really care if it's setting something up later on, but if it does, even better, right?
Right.
What do you think is going to happen with the rest of the season? Where we go from here?
I still think Grogu is going to have some type of armor by the end. I feel like what we talked about earlier, maybe won't be in this season, but I feel like Bo-Katan and Din are going to start basically bring Mandalore back up from the ashes. That's why I feel like this might be going.
You know what I think is kind of sexy? Just thinking in my head right now. Because there are other Mandalorians. So, they're not cloning them. They're doing it nature style of cloning. Mm-hmm. They got to do it with them helmets on.
Well, see, that's what I don't get. Can a Mandalorian be with another Mandalorian?
They got to. That's how they're making other Mandalorians.
Well, we haven't seen Paz Vizsla, which is the father of the son that got taken, or the father of the kid that got taken. So we didn't see his wife. So
his wife, well, she was back at the cave.
Well, do we know that for sure?
No, we don't. But she could be dead.
That too, but also if she was there, if she is alive, why didn't she also go with Paz Vizsla to go save their child? I'm wondering, if there's like a warrior class Mandalorian and a I hate to say it, but a breeder type of Mandalorian class. Like what? Because obviously there were some Mandalorians that didn't follow the creed. They weren't loyalists, extremists, whatever. And that's how some Mandalorians, or are these, technically foundlings, and just like Din Djarin, who doesn't have a kid, do they go out and find orphans?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Like what is that?
That could be possible. That could be possible. I just want to keep thinking that they do it with their helmets on.
Well, because see, like there were some
like those helmets are like bang, bang, bang. Should we end the show on that? Should that be it?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Clank, clank, clank. There we go.
Yeah, Grogu's like, I know what's going on in there.
All right.
Din and Bo-Katan clanking helmets. Oh, snap.
More like Bo-Katan.
Oh, my God. All right.
Okay, we ended right there. I'm sorry. I'm done.
That is Nerdflix and Chill. We had to take it there. It's called Nerdflix and Chill. All right. Well, that's Nerdflix and Chill for this week.
Keep it dirty, y'all.
Keep it dirty. Dirty is nerdy.
Dirty nerdy.
That's as dirty as we'll get, I think. But
yeah.
All right.
This is Nerdz II Men's After Hours.
Yeah. Leave a comment, like and subscribe. You know what to do. We love you.
Peace.